2, 1. All right, so we're back again. All right, Tyler. So I'm gonna show you now how to get this pretty much on your own, and yeah, we're gonna get going with this. Okay, cool beans. So first thing you're gonna do is, actually, what I'm explaining today is actually not how to get this. It's actually how to make your sample trendline grapher. Because obviously, to make a trend line, you gotta like look at the line, see if it's in the area you want it to be, the slope you want it to be, all that jazz. And the only way you're gonna know is if you see it graphed. You know what I mean? So what I did it for you essentially is I created when you ran the thing, there's another database called there's another table in your database called sample trendline. So you check that by going to show tables. You see here I got sample bottom trend line, top trend line, and sample trend line. So essentially, sample trend line has some fake data pretty much, very small values, but just to give you something that's stable and it does not change. Okay, so you have these numbers that kind of replicate the numbers of a normal foreign exchange market when they go up and down, all that jazz. And what's going to happen is inside the sample trend line, simple bottom trend line, top trend line, we're going to make some example slopes. Essentially, we're going to make some example trend lines to kind of see the shape you want, and if the numbers match, you just take those numbers and you come here to the so like pretty much before you run the email notif and grabber, you want to actually figure out what slope you want and what kind of way you want to start your point, and you put that into here. So remember, this is the slope, and the start point is whatever you input. So when you start, remember you run the code, there's an input you place into two of these. That number is your start point, and then from there it'll increase or increase. And you can make this minus as well, by the way. Yeah, just to give you an idea. And I think we remember which ones are some on top, some on bottom. So for top trend line, maybe you might want both of them to increase, both to decrease, that kind of thing. But to figure that out, you need to actually kind of have an idea of what slope you want. Because if you graph it all immediately, you kind of can't change it. You can change it later, but it's kind of a hassle to go back and delete it, redraw the line, all that stuff. So yeah, so this is what the sampler is for. Yeah, this is what the sampler is for. Cool beans. So from here, I'm gonna dashboard. Okay, so first you get a data source. Okay, so we're gonna insert a data source essentially. Matter of fact, let me just hit a new one. So I'm gonna hit file, new. Yeah, that way you get a fresh, clean dashboard. All right, and we're back. So a new thing popped up pretty much. When you get yours, it'll be clean like this, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on this little bad boy right here. All right. So you saw what I did there? So it's gonna be the little star thing in the corner right here. You click that. You're gonna connect some data, okay? So we're gonna connect to a server. We're gonna use MySQL as our server to connect. Boom, boom, boom. Name is localhost. Database, it's going to be your database name. So your database name, what was it called again? I believe it was called Tyler2. Okay, so Tyler Trade 2. Yeah, and everything else should be good. Password should be inserted here. And hit enter, sign in, whatever activates the sequence. AQ and query. Remember, I told you this word is used quite often when it comes to SQL databases. Okay, already database essentially. Cool beans. So you have all this data automatically inserted for you. So you're gonna drag the tables that you want to use from here onto here. Okay. So this is the database technically, and then you're gonna take this and put it onto Tableau. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna grab. Let's see this one. Let's see here. Ooh, yeah, top trend line, and then we're gonna do actually. I lied. Put this back. Hold up. Ugh, I am missing something. A sample time grapher. Yeah, actually, it should be fine. So we'll grab the USD timestamp. Doesn't really matter. Just a timestamp, essentially. Just to see how it looks like. And it doesn't matter if it matches or not. You're Gucci. Then we're going to grab the sample trend line here. Put it on the right. So over here, we're going to do ID, ID. Okay, you saw that? So this join happens at the ID, and the other one is at the ID. Okay, so ID at the end, ID. Okay, that's how you connect them. All right, cool beans. And now they're connected through this. It's called an inner join. I don't want to stress that out too much. Then we're gonna do bottom. Under this one, don't let it. Don't if you see this, don't put it there. You want to just put it right here. Boom. Okay. And same thing. You want to do timestamp ID, and then here you'll do ID. Easy. Bam. See that? Bam. And that's on top. And for the union thing, drop it here. As a time ID, and then tabletop ID. Yep, and we're good to go. Cool beans. After that, I want you to hit automatically update. Okay. Do not update now. Automatically update. There, essentially. It should insert all your data points and data values. There's probably nothing inside. Wait, there should be some. 1 second. Alright, so it's not working because, like I thought, this doesn't have the right amount of values. This has way more values than these do because it's a sample. So I'm just gonna have to get rid of this bad boy. That erases everything. Actually, I'm actually gonna go back on the code and change it right now. Show you a little bit. I have to create a table. I have to create a table that will create table sample. Yeah, I didn't make the table for the sample time stuff pretty much. Sample time stamp graph. Okay, and then it's gonna table. I'm gonna show you it so also you get a better feel how it does it for you. Then we're gonna parenthesis. Then we're gonna call it what is it called? Sample timestamp ID. int, that's the data type, which means integer. I'm going to use that, and we'll do primary key, which is important, and then auto incremation. Yeah, that way essentially it turns the 1, 2, 3, 4 on its own on those numbers, and then it's going to need the data. So sample time stamp data, whatever we're going to call it. This one will be a data type of int. The only reason I'm doing this int because remember we're going to put in our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 6 values. Let me make sure how many values are in that. It's like all. That's 6 values. Yeah, so I need 6 values. So I'm just gonna put it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we should be good from there. And just to make sure you have this when you run your code, I'm gonna put this inside Python real quick for you. Where is it at? Yeah. So we need to have it create this thing. Insert into create. Here's the create stuff. Oh, wrong file. Master SQL. So I'm gonna put this in master SQL. Let's create. Wow, where the fuck did it go? Oh, okay, I see. Let me undisable this real quick. So I can see it better. Yeah, exactly. Cool beans. And let me put this here. Create sample. SQL. You can use whatever you want. There's not really a reason. The reason why I named these specifically this way, so when I make it, I know exactly what I'm making. Time. And try to match the format too, so that when you insert it, you know exactly what you're trying to correspond it to. Table. Yeah, I only make them really long and lengthy just so I make sure exactly I'm putting in the right thing, and then yeah. So you saw I did that and took off the thing at the end, the semicolon. I think it's called. I forgot what those English names are called. Barely know English to be H. Yeah. So pretty simple idea. See that? Yeah. And then I had to also create a command for it as well. So where's that command? I need values for it too. So the values I'm gonna put inside is I told you are 1, 2, and 3. Just make it easy on myself. Let me fast forward this and cool. And we're back. So as you can see, I have the time sample values as 1 to 6, like I told you before. I need those values when I plug into SQL. It'll do it for me. Let me make sure I have all this schnizzles. I also need another command to actually put these values inside that table. So you see this right here? It inserts these numbers into this. I need a line for essentially for the same thing. So SQL insert insert sample over time command. This we'll put insert into, and this is what I'm typing right now is SQL query syntax, not Python. So it's on this green SQL syntax. Into sample, what's the table called? Where's the freaking table? Oh, I'm gonna copy paste this because it's a lot easier just to make sure I don't mistype anything. Oh, hello there. Oh my god, I can't click the table. It makes it a lot easier when you can just copy and paste it. Yeah. I really made it not lowercase. Oh, it doesn't matter actually if it's lowercase or not. Alright, insert remember, so that's the table name. I need the column name for this schnizzles. What's the column called? I'm pretty sure I can see it in front of me, but just double check. I'm not gonna risk it. Let me check. It's called sample timestamp data. Yeah, sample timestamp data. That's the column name. Remember the format goes table name, and then inside these goes column name. You specify exactly where that data is inserted into, and then type values, and this thingy right here. So this is how we connect Python to SQL when you do commands, because so whatever this that percentage S is a missing value, and you have to give Python that value to put into SQL for you. This is not SQL syntax. This is Python slash SQL connection syntax, essentially. Okay, so you won't see this in Python by itself, and you won't see this in SQL by itself. It's like when you kind of mix the two, you see this start popping up. It's just how they talk to each other, essentially. It's like, yo, put this here. Okay, so we have that. Let me make sure it's right. Values. Okay, could be there. Yeah. And lastly, we need to have the command for it. So let me disable these. Yeah, now you have to actually insert it to SQL to do it. Honestly, I don't think you need this many commit statements, but I do it just in case. I was bugging earlier, and I was just making sure, but whatever. So we'll do cursor dot execute. Whoa. This is how you tell Python to send shit to SQL, essentially. You have to do a stupid thing. Yeah. So inside here, the parameters work are the first thing you put in is the command. All right. So the command you want to insert for us is the sample or insert. Woo. Insert sample trendline. Sample time command. Boom. The next thing you insert is the value. So it goes sample time 1. Okay. I'm gonna fast forward and put all these values in. All right. I'm back. I'm gonna make these 2. Let's copy and paste them. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, cool beans. So, I've always in here, and like I said, I just have a one commit command, and it should work out. Connection.commit. If you run it and it gives an error, just put like a billion commits after each single line. But essentially, this should work after. And then this includes the disable all that jazz under it. Yeah. Okay, so this works. So this should insert that into the table for you automatically. If it doesn't, just put these commit connections after each one, essentially. Yeah, try that out, and now you should be good. I was just showing that so you get a better idea and understand it kind of a little bit better how I made all this stuff. So yeah, so we're good now, and now we have to insert values into this. So just because we did over there, I'm gonna insert them now through to SQL. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So essentially, it's the same thing that I do in Python. I just put these SQL query commands directly inside. Now, you can run these all at the same time. So you highlight them and hit this button. This button will execute anything that's highlighted, okay? And it does it one by one. And it already told me it doesn't work. Oh, you know I fucked up? That's what it is. This. So, remember the column name. I need the column name. Yeah. So I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. So you can see the stupid bullshit I have to go through. Yeah. So this is what I have to put in there to specify exactly where it goes. If you don't do this, it'll try to put it in both columns. And I say, which columns do I put it into? Because computers are stupid. Yeah. Okay. This should work essentially. So highlight this whole thing. Like this. There we go. As you can see, the queries were successful. So if we do this, we do select all from sample timestamp graph. We open that bad boy. We have our values, and it matches ironically the IDs. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we're good to go. So now we have all this data ready. Time to go back into Tableau. This one. Yeah. Go here. Wait, is it already in there? I believe it is not. Hold on. Let me go to here. Let me do it again. Just to refresh it. How do you refresh this? I only need that right now. Oh, there it is. It's right there. I was going crazy. Alright, so put this here. Now we just do Trendline on the right. Bam. We're going to connect it through the IDs. ID. That's how we connect it. Boom. We got to inner join. Inner join. Actually, bottom, whatever, doesn't matter. Bam. Boom. Inner join with ID. Inner join with ID. Okay, cool beans. Straightforward. This top trend line. Everything. Top, bottom. Yep. Automatic update. Now she gets some data out of this. Please. Alright, this is being kind of slow. Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. So essentially, the reason why you don't see any data here, where'd it go? It's because these two don't have any data inside yet. The top and bottom not data yet, which is fine. We'll just start the process now for the Python side. Okay. So now we go to Python. Hit the sampler. Okay. So next block we're gonna work on is Forex sample trend line. Okay. So this is what this way. So these three are your bad boys right here. So the sample trend line. So right here, make sure you modify this to what did tally trade to? Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, cool. The connection modify. Remember the do this. If not, check it, grab it. Alright, so you're gonna change this not to trunket. Trunket deletes everything inside of a table but keeps the table there. So we're gonna change this to what the fuck's the table called? So we got alright, so we're gonna truncate this one. The fuck? Put this in the bottom. Yeah, that's the bottom name. What's the top one's name? Top. This is the name, so we're gonna trunk it. So this essentially will trunk it every data in the table every time. Because if you want to do a sampler, you don't want the table, the data from the previous thing you ran to be there before. So it erases it every time, clears it, and puts in the new data. Essentially, that's what that does. That's what trunk it does. Again, cursor connection, execute top clear command, and then we got bottom clear command. Okay, that's there. Commit. Float. What's what we got here? So essentially, so how this works is first, it's going to ask you for the start point, okay? It's going to ask you how high or low you want to drop that initial start point, okay? So see how it says top line start point, bottom line start point. You get the idea? And then from there, it will ask you how high you want to move the top one and how low you want to move the bottom one. As in, like, you should start point and you move up and down the y-axis, essentially, is what it's asking you, okay? And then next, it's going to ask you to the slope. Okay, you want to increase or decrease. At the moment, as you can see, the top trend line one has a plus, bottom has a minus. You can just change this to minus if you want it to go down. Indeed, this is minus if you want it to go down. But right now, the top trend line is going to go up, bottom's going to go down. Okay, so kind of subtracting, essentially. Oh wait, sorry. Wait a second. I lied. Ignore me. So what essentially what happens is the top trend line, when this was here, the top trend line, the start point is added onto that height point. So let's say you pick start point 1.075, and you the next point the how high you want it, you want like 1 unit. It'll be like 2.08 whatever I said before. Obviously, you want to do like smaller numbers, that kind of thing. Just hit in a second how it works. Same with the bottom one, it will subtract from it. Okay, if you wanted to change that, make it a plus. So start bottom point, say 1.01. If you put inside the prompt when it asks you like 1, it'll be 0.01 instead of 1.01. You did 1, so it subtracted that from that. So essentially the idea, you can always modify these around as you need. Okay. And let's see. Okay, let's run. Does it not run the? Where's redraw top? Oh, and make sure you change these to the names of those things above earlier. Yeah, this is bottom trend line. It's top trend line. As a matter of fact, I'm dumb. I can just go here and get the data points from earlier. Where's that bitch at? Where is that shit at? I gotta grab it from here. What's the name of this table? Guess I'm gonna find it, but whatever. Apparently I'm blind. Ugh. What's it? Sample top data. Okay, fine. This is gonna be bottom data. Cool. So essentially this should work now for it. Alright, cool. Not sure why this is just only the redraw top. But let's make sure there's 2 of these. I gotta fix a lot of this code or whatever. That makes more sense than I wasn't working earlier. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, cool. And this is how we do bottom. Yeah, okay, that's what that's the one right here. You gotta execute this code too. I just only did the top for some reason. And then make sure it's the bottom start point. And I got that from this one pretty much. The bottom point. Yeah. Alright, cool beans. And now essentially it should loop. Okay, yeah, once you run this, it should loop. And then this shit. I delete all this shit right here. I'm gonna update this in your code too. Yeah, all this is gone. Cool. So it's only this pretty much essentially in this code. Yeah. Alright, so here it should run a loop that inserts all that data inside the what the liver jack? Oh, never mind. I just have this. I just had it on later. My bad. That's actually right here. Cool. I'm not a complete idiot. Cool. Cool beans. So this runs this. So this is the draw top, and your draw top. This is bottom. Your draw's the bottom, and print's done, and it should be Gucci. Right there. Okay. Cool beans. Cool beans. Yeah. All right. Let's run this bad boy. What is it talking about? Oh, it's not because I didn't change the database. This one has to be. This database is what has to be changed. See that right there? Yeah. Yeah. Actually, why did I have that twice? I have no idea, actually. I don't even need this line. What am I doing? Oh, Koreans. Oh, that's important. Alright, we should be good to run this code now. Okay. Hey, errors are second nature for programmers at this point. Top trying start point. Alright. What am I initial start points in this thing? And, I like to just pick one start point to go off of. Alright, so now, how high do I want the top trend line? So this is going to make the trend line move up a certain amount, okay? Well, I can put a negative to make it go down, but if you want to, or if you want to subtract instead, you can like go change the code rate here, right here. Okay, add it. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to move it up 0.002 units. Cool. Hello. So this now remember the start point, the trend line, the bottom one, the 10, this one is subtracted by a certain number, and that's will be the bottom trend line. So subtracted by the same amount, just because I want to keep it uniform. See how it looks like. Okay, what's decrease? Okay, the slope. The slope of this is for the top slope. So right now the slope is set to increasing. Yeah, see right there, this plus sign is set to increasing. Okay, so yeah, this is set to increasing. So it's gonna increase by let's do like 0.00. Let's do like 1. Hit enter, and then bottom line increase. It's gonna decrease. Let's do 0.0001. Let's see what it looks like. Just to give you an idea. Yeah. Connection is not defined. That's why that was there earlier. My bad. It's kind of important, but hoorah. Alright, let's try it again. Done. Cool. So now what's gonna happen is after that, you're gonna go to Tableau, refresh this bitch. Cool. Data points now. Cool. See, it appeared because now they have enough data to suffice each other. Sheet 2. See here, you're gonna go to sheet 1. I see sheet 2. All right. Then we're in this window here. So essentially, I want to create a table. So let's put the time. Oh, also, you want to go here. Oh, I should. Yeah, go here. What's the time one? Sample time. Click this right here to change it to the date and time. I know it doesn't make. Okay, it's gonna be a little douche right now. Whatever. Actually, ignore me. Put it back as a whole number. It's okay. We don't need to do that. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna have this dimensions. What the? Whatever. Where's time? Let's do time ID here. And let's do. Let me make sure. There's another tableau. Let me make sure that's what I did in another tableau. Yeah, time's on top. Yeah. And then we'll do. Let's see. Bottom trend line data. Right there. Okay, from here we're gonna do show me. I'm making a line graph. Alright, so I click on this and I hit continuous. There we go. Now it's a line graph. Bam. Who's a genius? Cool. Yeah, so we have a line graph now. Come here, right click, hit edit axis, fixed. Start point will be 1, I guess. We'll do 1. It's like 1.06. Where'd it go? What the? Whatever. I should add some more data points to that. It's kind of not big enough. Yeah, let me just create some more sheets for you. So this is, oh yeah, I need is it the bottom trend line? Oh, I need the sample trend line. Where is it? Sample data. Yeah, sample data goes next to it. I get 2 of these. After that, you're gonna go between this, right click. What the? Do axis. And then after that, you're gonna right click this again and hit synchronize axes. Okay, cool beans. Yeah, there we go. This is what you want. Okay, well, kind of. Oh, this is really tight. Let me go modify this quite a bit. Where'd data go? Oh. There we go. That's what you want. Okay. Let's do like the endpoint, 0.0, well, 0.08. I think it's too big. 0.09. Alright, we can just fuck it and just do 1.1. Yeah, there we go. Close enough, whatever. You can modify this as you feel. Tick marks don't really matter that much. So you can see right here it says sample trend line. Sample data, the data that you inserted, that's not going to change is this one, the orange one, and the sample bottom data, which is the trend line, is this one. So you can see it didn't really go down that steep as we had wanted. Probably going to modify that later. Just see what happens. So I'm going to go here, make another sheet. Cool, same idea, timestamp, IDs, bam. Change this to continuous. So that way it creates a line graph for you. Then we're going to put top data. And we're going to put sample data. Bam. And then remember you here, right click. God damn it. Make sure this doesn't activate the blue. Right here, right click. And this shit's making me mad. Right there, yeah. Do axis. Right click again. Synchronize axes. Boom. And you can hit edit. Axis. Alright, start point. We're going to start it at like 1, my G. Fixed. 1. And then this is 1. Yeah, that works, whatever. Take price. Yeah, that's whatever. It doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, same thing here. Oh, we gotta zoom in more actually. Yeah, zoom in more. There we go. So you can see what's going on. Bam. There we go. So you got the red is the top trend line. As you can see, it's not really above it, so you got to modify that as well. All right, another sheet. Actually, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna go. Now that we have these two, so we get an idea what the top looks like and the bottom looks like. Let's go back to modify it some more and kind of make it what you want. So easily, all you have to do is go to the program, back to Python. We're gonna run it again. Okay, I want to change what it looks like. It's not kind of what I want. So we'll do like, okay, so point, okay, 0.805, 1.80. How high do I want it to go? Let me make it go up like 3 units this time. Hello? I think we're like 3 units, yeah. Increase by, let's do 3. 2.5, yeah. I'm done. Alright, let's check it out. So you can go data source, refresh. It's getting query. It's done. Let's go to your sheets. And look how it changed. So the line went up a little bit higher and faster. Okay. You can zoom in more here, but it is editing the axis. If you like. That's around 1.8, right? So you can do that 1.05. If you want to zoom in more on that. Yeah, see, like, it kind of like barely touched it. So I can zoom in even more to see. Let's do like 1.07. Yeah, as you can see, it got like crossed at this point. But we can make it go. But yeah, just finish the bottom trend line. We can make it go lower too if you want. And then let's see what the top looks like. Top is pretty much. Oh, let's try this in here. Edit. Yeah. All right, cool. See, it didn't actually touch here. It just touched at this point. You can make it go higher as well if you'd like. So make it a steeper slope as well. So let's try that again. Let's go in Python. Run this again. Whoa! I hit debug on accident. My B. That's debug. Stop and rerun. Yeah. Okay. Cool beans. 1.0805. 1.0805. Alright, how high do I want this baby to go? Let's do 9 units. I'm gonna be 9 units high. And let's increase it by 9 units. Bet. This one will make it go 9 units low. I'm not really even doing like math. I'm just putting random numbers. Just to get this running. Yeah, done. Okay, cool beans. Data source. Hit this. Okay, this should be a sheet one. Yeah, see, it's a lot steeper than before. A lot steeper than before. Sheet 2. Oh, see how it went higher up there? Yeah, so essentially get the idea of how to make this work. Yeah, but that's pretty much how the sample grapher works. And once you know once you know what slope you want and where you want to start it at, all that jazz, you can just kind of play around with it and put those numbers, you put here, put those numbers inside of this. So essentially the order goes run this, you have that. Once you run it again, you just disable these. Then you go here, play around with these to figure out what slope you want and what start point you want to use. The moving up and down thing is just there to help you better visualize how you're drawing it, but you will not put those points into here. So essentially for this one, you just need 4 values: the slope for the top trend line, slope for the bottom trend line, and then the start point for the bottoms and the start point for the top. Those are the 4 points you need for the actual email in order from Crabber. But for the sampler, actually for 6 values, which is to move up and down. But that's just to give you a better idea of how it works, essentially, okay? So, yeah, I try writing those numbers down whenever you use them so you remember them. That's pretty much essentially how all this works, okay? Any questions, just shoot me a text and we should be good.